Hi, this is Andrew Busch, and this is your Busch video blog update for Friday, March 15th. It's been a crazy week. All sorts of nutty things have happened. We got a new pope. We've got J.P. Morgan, tarred and feathered in Congress, and of course we have the end of the Jodi Arias testimony on her murder trial. I know you've been watching a lot of that. It's really influenced the financial markets. But seriously, we had a lot of crazy things going on this past week. Let's start off with Japan. Kuroda and the rest of the Bank of Japan nominees got nominated and passed through. That led to a pretty significant rally in the Nikkei that closed above 12,000. Also, the yen closed or traded at 96.5 and then dropped off significantly after that on some profit taking. Also, we had something very unusual happen in Congress. That is, the Senate actually proposed a budget. And the House also didn't pass a budget, but proposed a budget. What this means is that we now have finally two blueprints to work from. It's a starting point for Congress to solve some of the continuing problems on the budget, on the deficit, and we should get an extension of the continuing resolution to fund the government so that we don't have a end of government spending and then a government shutdown at the end of March. So that's good news. Also, we have China. We had weaker than expected economic data, and Chinese stocks continue to underperform massively against either the Nikkei or the S&P. One of the biggest things that's happened is regulators have approved more IPOs. This is very delusional in the sense that more stocks are going to be coming onto that market, into a market that's already had a lot of problems with IPOs and bad regulatory and accounting issues. So Chinese stocks look to continue to underperform. And finally, we had really good Australian unemployment data. That led to a significant rally in the Aussie dollar and also a big jump in Aussie rates, especially short-term 1-year and 2-year rates. The Aussie got as high as 103.80. Also, we had the Bank of England's King come out and say that he expects a little bit stronger economic growth, but also that they're not trying to devalue the currency, and that led to a very big rally in sterling. So we had two big moves over the week. One is in the Aussie dollar and then in the British pound. That rallied from 149 up to 151 in change. Going into next week, it's really just a continuation of the comedy that occurred this week. First of all, we'll get, and really throughout all of the week, we're going to have that vaudeville political show, the Italian Parliament. Yes, they're meeting to try to pick a new prime minister and a new government. The market is not expecting them to do that. So if they actually come up with a technocratic government, expect the euro to rally. I know that sounds a little strange, but it could happen. Next up, we have the stand-up comedian Ben Bernanke and the FOMC providing their decisions on what's going to happen next week as far as interest rates go. We're going to get an interest rate decision, number one. Number two, we're going to get their updated economic forecast. And number three, we're going to get the stand-up by Bernanke where he has to answer questions from reporters. Let's see if anybody asks him some decent questions along the lines of when are they going to end QE3 or QE4 or QE5, the $85 billion a month that they purchase of mortgage-backed securities and treasuries. That's what the market's going to be focused on. And finally, we're going to have what my favorite things that will occur next week, of course, is the Chinese HSBC flash PMI numbers. Those are the best data that I see coming out of China. That comes out Wednesday. Also, we're going to get flashed from Europe and the United States on Thursday. So we'll have a pretty decent snapshot of what the manufacturing sector is doing, not only in China, but also in Europe and in the United States. And that's it for me, Andy Busch. It's been a heck of a week. A lot of fun for next week. A lot of humor coming up. And I hope you enjoy your weekend. Thanks.